Here we go, it's week 10 in the WAFL franchise. And we begin with the Thursday night game, Steamers Riverhogs. Drake May and the Hogs up 3, second quarter. Pass is intercepted at the 40, and this one is going back to the house. Steamers defense coming up big. Tre'Davious White, he's still got it. 7-3 now. Handoff up the gut. Quick pivot, and Najee Harris is in. 14-6, third quarter. Steamers back in the red zone. Justin Fields moving, and what a ball on the move. Rondale Moore 2 feet down. 21-6, third quarter. Hogs trying to get back in this one. Oh, and Drake May's going to loft this up. Jump ball in the end zone. Big mistake. Intercepted. Justin Simmons takes it away. And so at the end of the third, Justin Fields is going to give it right back. And so the Riverhogs are not out of it yet. Third and goal from the 2. The handoff. Kyron Williams makes it a game. And so 21-13, 8-point difference. Fourth and inches. There's Harris getting the yard he needed. Fields knows that, clinches it. Final score 21-13. The Steamers advance now to 6-4. Next up, it's the Melbourne Bulls and the Buenos Aires Nighthawks. 6-6 in the second, and we are exchanging field goals. Both teams going back and forth. Kickers getting a workout, and it's a 12-9 game. But wait, roughing the kicker is going to give the Bulls a red zone chance here in the fourth. And with a little extra effort, the Bulls get in. But wait, again, the refs say yard short, our bad. And so from the 1, Tajay Spears with the easy touchdown, getting the Bulls up 1 with 1 minute to go. And Justin Herbert put a nice touch on this ball. George Pickens in stride, takes the lead. And with the 2-point conversion, the Nighthawks go up 7, putting the pressure on the 2 and 7 Bulls. Can they right the ship? Geno Smith pass complete. DJ Moore. Bulls go no huddle, barely get the ball off in time. Zeros on the clock, back of the end zone, and Evan Ingram hauls it in. We are tied at 20, heading into overtime. The Nighthawks, they win the toss. 3rd and 14 for Herbert, setting up the screen. McCaffrey is stymied, can't get anywhere. And so now it's the Bulls' turn. They have a 3rd down. Geno Smith checks it down, and they don't go anywhere either. And so the Nighthawks, chance number 2. Just 4 seconds left in the overtime period, and a big pass completion is not going to be enough. We end in a 20-20 tie. Neither team, Bulls or Nighthawks, could best the other. Now we go to the Montreal Lumberjacks taking on the Columbus Caps at home. Jacks at the goal line. Rashad White sneaking into the end zone. 7-0 Jacks, and then Bo Nix escaping the pocket on 3rd and goal. Ball comes loose at the goal line, but tight end Pat Freiermuth takes it in, ties it up 7-7. Here, Montreal Minshew slicing and dicing the Caps defense, and whoa, helicoptering in for the score. 14-14 now into the 3rd quarter. Bo Nix at the goal line again, this time wide open spaces, no fumble here. 21-14. Jacks with a chance to answer. Minshew play action, throws, intercepted. Doesn't see the linebacker Max Crosby backing up into coverage. That's a rarity. Now last play of the third, Bo Nix. He is firing deep into the end zone. Caps pulling away. Deebo Samuel with the catch. 14-point game, under 2 minutes. This is the game for the Lumberjacks, and Minshew, he makes it close with a big catch by his tight end Noah Fant. Onside kick is crucial. It's low, and it's recovered by the Caps. Columbus hangs on by a touchdown, 28-21 final score, and their record 6-4. Now we jump into the Voyagers Desperados game. Both teams 6-3. Jalen Hurts back in the pocket, slinging it to his left. Drake London taking it all the way down to the 12-yard line. Now from the 3, 3rd and 1, Hurts, X-Factor lighting up, finds his receiver in the back of the end zone. What a grab. Running back Devin Singletary putting on a show, and now Desperado Dak. Can he lead the Desperados to victory? We're tied at 17, under 2 minutes. Pass complete underneath at the 44-yard line. Now 2nd and 10, just a minute 30 to go. Dak gets it out quick, 2 defenders on him, but the receiver comes down with it. 2nd and 3, just a minute to go. Dak, check down King, gets another first down with a 3-yard pass. Now 55 seconds, 3rd and 7, trying to run the clock down with Josh Jacobs, setting up a big 4th and 7, 50-yard field goal is good. And so the Voyagers, with just under 10 seconds to go, Jalen Hurts throwing out of bounds This could be the last play of the game. 3, 2, 1. No time left on the clock. Heaving it deep, and it's incomplete. Ball kicked around, and the Desperados come out with a 3-point win. Desperado Dak does it again to get their 7th win of the season. Now we go to the Vancouver Mounties and the Portland Pioneers. Pioneer Pat Mahomes in the red zone, 3rd and 6, moving to his right, dumps it down, and is stopped at the 3, just 2 yards short. But they're going for it, getting aggressive, and going on the ground. Spinning in for Devon Achane. Later in the first, Mounties in the red zone. J.J. McCarthy completes to Jamar Chase, and he shrugs the linebacker off him on his way to the end zone. Tie game at 7. But in the second, Pioneers are back. Devon Achane goes up and over the goal line, taking back the 7-point lead. Mounties, though, in the third, driving, 3rd and 1. McCarthy barely gets this pass complete. Allen Robinson with the concentration. 2-point conversion, no good, so it's a 5-point game. Later in the third, Mahomes buying time, rifling this ball all the way down into the end zone. Kendrick Bourne with the nice hands. And so 31-16, game getting away from the Mounties. And this might be the final nail in the coffin. J.J. McCarthy throws it right into the hands of Malcolm Rodriguez. And so that's where the score will stay. Pioneers 31, Mounties 16. Pioneers move to 5-4. Now let's go to the Dragons and Wizards, the undefeated 9-0 Wizards. And here in the first, Tua Tagovailoa bombing it deep out of the gates here. Wizards up 7-0. Bo Melton getting involved. Now Dragons with the ball. CJ Stroud, he has a receiver with a step, and here Zay Flowers is going to take it all the way to the house. Tie game. But in the second half, the Dragons find themselves down a touchdown yet again. 3rd and 13, Stroud showing off the cannon, and underneath it is the back, Kenneth Walker. Tie game 21-21. 1:18 left to play. 3rd and 1, the Dragons get a stop. And so with 38 seconds, the Wizards can nail the 44-yard field goal to go up 3. Pressure now on the Dragons. They have to go 69 yards with no timeouts. 3rd and 9 to 4th and 1. 16 seconds. Stroud gets the ball out quick. He needs to get down and hustle to the line, but here, busting and breaking and wasting precious seconds off the clock, and they can't get up and hike it. So the Wizards' undefeated streak continues. They win at 24-21, and they move on to 10-0. Now in Orlando, it's the Orbits versus the Aviators. Anthony Richardson from the 6 slings it into his wideout. A.J. Brown takes the hit and hangs on. 7-0. Now Orbits, Derek Carr, play action. The Carr on the move, throws, receiver in stride, and that's Waddle. Jalen Waddle doing the signature Penguin dance. 7-7. Carr again. Touchdown to Josh Reynolds. Carr is on fire, and that's the first time that's a good thing. Carr dropping back, surveying, throwing, wide open receiver. What happened to the Aviators defense? Waddle will take his 2nd touchdown, 21-10. Anthony Richardson is poised for a comeback. He's going to tuck his head and run, but he's going to fumble, and the Orbis defense is going to scoop and score. Doing it on offense, doing it on defense. Jason Pennock runs it back, 28-17. Richardson, he's not going to run it. He's going to throw it, and this is going to get pick-sixed in his face. Jalen Ramsey now contributing on defense. 35-17. The Orbits just walk all over the Aviators. Dominant performance. Next up, it's the Blues and the Monarchs. Monarchs ball. Here's King Kyler, dressed in red, firing it out to his left. He's got a wide open Justin Jefferson. Got to put 2 guys on him. 10-3 now. Blues in the red zone, handing off to the back. Pacheco following his blocks. That's how you do it. 10-10. Kyler Murray steady in the pocket, throwing over the middle, and guess who? Justin Jefferson dicing up this Blues defense. 17-13. Williams stepping up in the pocket underneath. He's got Pacheco again. 2nd touchdown for Pacheco, going back and forth with Jefferson. Now Blues with a 3-point lead. Caleb Williams sees an opening. He's going to run it himself. Gets the first, but he fumbles at the 1-inch line. So close. Now the touchdown ripped away. Mounties 30 seconds for a comeback, and Monarch Murray blew the game, throws it off the mark, and the Blues capitalize. Hill heads up play, and there Tomlin fired up. 27-17. Blues now improved to 7-2 on the year. Now to Austin, the Armadillos hosting the Dublin Shamrocks. Shamrocks are 0-8, desperate for their first win. And here Matt Stafford is going to launch one deep downfield all the way to the end zone. Brian Thomas catches it in stride, 7-0 Shamrocks. And what? The Shamrocks, Jonnu Smith puts him up 14-zip in the second quarter. Michael Penix, he comes right back at the Shamrocks secondary. Moonball launched all the way downfield to Darnell Mooney. 14-7 Armadillos within 4. Shamrocks in the red zone. Stafford checking it down, getting into the end zone. Ayuk with his first touchdown of the game. 21-10 Penix in a similar play, throwing it to the flat, and Hawkinson brings it on home. 21-16 crucial 2-point conversion. Austin Eckler gets it in for Austin. 3-point game until about a minute left. Shamrocks tack on a field goal. 6-point lead for the Shamrocks, but a touchdown can beat them. Penix takes a terrible sack. 3rd and 23, no timeouts, and Penix tripped up and eventually sacked 2 straight plays. And so the defense seals it. The Shamrocks get their first win of the season. Finally, every team in the WAFL has a win. Now to Sacramento, it's the Condors and the Bisons. Bison ball, J.K. Dobbins gets the first on 4th and 1, but not the touchdown. 1st and goal from the 1. There he goes, plunges into the end zone. Bison's up 4 now in the 3rd. Kirk Cousins stepping up in the pocket, all the way up. He's going to take off and run for the first. A rare sight. 3rd and 3. Cousins this time man in his face, but he's got the wide open Romeo Doubs for the touchdown. 17-6. Josh Allen trying to rally the Condors, slips away from a tackle here and runs down to the 5-yard line. 3rd and goal leads to 4th and goal. They can't get it, but they cut the lead to 8. Bisons, though, on the other end, hit a long field goal to go back up 11. Allen, 3rd and 2, time ticking away, and he completes the pass to Amari Cooper. And Cooper, he's got the Condors in red zone range now at the 3, just 42 seconds. Josh Allen to Adam Thielen, pinballing around and hanging on for the catch. Condors now lining up for the 2-point conversion. Allen has room to run it in, decides to throw, and it's a wild one. And then comes the onside kick, but it's right into the hands of Romeo Doubs. Great job on the hands team there. Final score, Bisons 20, Allen and the Condors 15, dropping to a 4-5 record. Now we go to Anchorage, Alaska. The 5-3 Huskies taking on the 4-4 Tokyo Tigers. And Kenny Pickett leading the Huskies offense downfield and caught the defense napping. Look at Marvin Harrison Jr. He's going crazy. 10-0, 3rd and 5 for Kenny Pickett. He's going to fire it deep downfield to guess who? Marvin Harrison Jr. going off today. 2nd touchdown, and it's early. 17-0, Jordan Love and the Tigers. A lot of time in this pocket. He launches it up, and the jump ball comes down in the Tigers' favor. John Mechie having himself a year for the Tigers. 10-point game, 2nd quarter. Pickett lofting it up. His receiver has a step. This time Mike Williams is taking it to the house. Huskies are rolling 24-7. Pickett 3 touchdowns so far. Tigers, though, trying to claw their way back into this one. Raheem Mostert, he's dancing after a touchdown. 24-14 Pickett moving to his right, throwing it low in the end zone where only Elijah Mitchell can come up with it. Nice play, 31-14 Huskies. Tigers, though, going back to the ground. Chuba makes it a 10-point game under 30 seconds. Love firing to the end zone. He has a man, Josh Downs. All of a sudden, it's a 3-point game, but as we've seen, nobody can get these pesky onside kicks. And so that's where the score will stay. 31-28, the Huskies putting on an offensive display. And moving to 6-3. Now we go into the Elks den. Elks versus Thunderbirds. Sam Darnold and the Birds driving. Handoff, James Cook dragging defenders into the end zone for the score. Thunderbirds up 7-0. Later in the first, Lamar Jackson pass complete. Terry McLaurin turns the quarter and he is gone. Javon Diggs in pursuit, but that's not going to do it. Just like that, the Elks ripping off a huge play, and then on defense, stripping Sam Darnold and saving a red zone possession. Turning this game right around. 3rd quarter, Elks with a 3-point lead, and now Lamar Jackson goes back to McLaurin, just torching the Thunderbirds. 17-7, 4th quarter now. Darnold driving the Birds down, and he is tackled at the 2. Then they go back to Cook, goes up the middle with ease. It's a 3-point game. 1 minute to go. Lamar Jackson on 3rd and 6. can put this game away, but here comes the rush. Sacked. So Darnold and Toronto with a chance. Or do they? Here comes the Elks pass rush of their own. 2 defenders off the edge, sealing the win for the Elks. Final score 17-14. Elks get their 4th win of the year. Now here comes the Sunday nighter. It's the Oily Boys versus the Black Knights. Baker Mayfield's going to toss it out to his left. Jalen Warren picking up all the blocks. Untouched to the end zone. 10-3 game, second quarter. Trevor Lawrence, play action, fits this ball in there to his tight end down to the 1-yard line. Now from the 1, this pass is caught. Michael Thomas sure-handed. Now end of the half, Trevor Lawrence is back. This time slant to Devonta Smith. Gives him the 7-point lead. Second half, Warren, his second touchdown of the game, will tie it back up at 17. 1:30 left in the third. This time, Jonathan Brooks going off tackle untouched. 24-17. It's Baker Oilfield thrown in the flat. Doesn't get the receiver. Instead, it's Pat Surtain with the heads-up play, turning at the last second and picking it off. Black Knights hang on 24-17, and they improved 4-5. Now it's time for the Monday Night Showdown. Brooklyn Snowhawks, Mexico City Golden Eagles. It's Bird versus Bird, and it's Brock Purdy bombing it deep in the first. And coming down with it is the back, Travis Etienne, catching the Snowhawks defense by surprise. Later in the first, Mexico City ball, Purdy back to throw again. This one tipped in the air, and Micah Parsons plucks it out of the sky. Look at this replay. Gifted a touchdown. Heads up play, 7-7. Purdy in the red zone. This time check down to George Kittle, and he's not giving up. Extra effort puts him in the end zone. Tough running after the catch. Now 4th and 6 for Rodgers and the Snowhawks. Pass complete underneath down to the 1. They burn a timeout, 2nd and goal. The fullback Michael Burton getting some shine and tying this game back up. 50 seconds for Purdy and the Golden Eagles. Sacked. Micah Parsons is back again, forcing overtime, but the Golden Eagles win the toss, so another chance for the Eagles. First down, they got 2 yards. Second down, Purdy going back to where we started, bombing it deep. Puka Nacua comes through in the clutch and scores the game-winning touchdown. Just took 2 plays, and it's over. The Mexico City Golden Eagles wins the Battle of the Birds. Final score 20-14. So there we are. Week 10 is in the books. And speaking of 10, Wizards 10-0, the last undefeated team remaining. They are among the leaders in the NFC, along with the Huskies from the East, the Sentinels from the North, and the Aviators in the West. And in the AFC, a lot of close matchups, but it's the Caps at 6-4 in the East. The Blues 7-2 lead the North. Desperados 7-3 lead the South. And in the West, the Redwoods lead with a 5-3-1 record. And our stat leaders remain mostly the same. Justin Herbert leads in passing, David Montgomery still the rushing leader, and Chase our receiving leader, along with Myles Garrett in sacks and Javon Diggs still in interceptions on defense. All right, there we have it. Another exciting week in the WAFL. See you next time for Week 11.